I want to read this newsletter. It's by Chase Rowan, who is a creative here in Dallas. Kind of forget what he does. I've followed him for a few years, but I saw his newsletter on Substack. Thought I would click on it. So here it is. This one is called 81 Brain Rot, Overthinking, and Routine. I will start a little bit into it at one of my favorite paragraphs so far. This isn't an artistic installment meant to offer a new point of view or an inspirational pat on the back. It's not an installment I wrote in the early morning light over a cup of coffee feeling grateful for a quiet morning alone. It was written too quickly because I needed to send one of these things to keep a promise to myself that I would make time for the newsletter minutes after ingesting a burrito on the tail end of a grueling workday. On brain rot. We've reached a point in the digital age where all pop culture, media, and platforms are constantly rotting our brains, and we're fully aware of it, but we've leveled up and reached a new tier of self-harm by deeming content that's even more parasitic and mindless than the typical unbox my Amazon thing or watch me clean this dirty room as brain rot. Which is fascinating to me because if you Google brain rot videos, they all seem to be various edits of already viral videos and online trends that were just edited to the point of resembling whatever brain rot is. So really the brain rot content isn't anything new or sectioned off from normal content. It's just videos we already watch, edited in a way that waters it down to be even more meaningless. Photo from December 2024. Nice landscape. Seems to be moving in a car. Trees in the foreground, mountain and snow in the background, cloudy sky, black and white. An experience I had in public last week. I was sitting in a coffee shop the other day and a guy I've met at least 3 times came in and waved at me. I waved back, knowing that I had no clue what his name was for the 4th time. The guy came up and said hello. We talked for 2 minutes. He mentioned his name. I forgot it again. A quote. Idolatry is committed, not merely by setting up false gods, but also by setting up false devils, by making men afraid of war or alcohol or economic law, when they should be afraid of spiritual corruption and cowardice. On appreciating coffee. I drink a coffee every single day. It's an early morning joy of mine that I truly try and savor each moment of. Sometimes when the coffee is really hitting the spot, I like to imagine the process that had to take place in order for me to enjoy this simple pleasure of sipping on a cortado and staring out of the window. On the sourcing side, empty fields that had to be prepared for planting, the time and care it took to nurture the coffee plants, the laborers that worked in the sun for weeks to harvest the cherry and get the beans, the process of washing or not washing, the harvested product, the packing, shipping, transporting, driving, approving, paying, and distributing. On the production side, hours of training and honing a skill to know how to extract the espresso from the beans just right, an appreciation for an art form that many overlook and don't understand the details of. All of this just so I can drink the coffee too fast, upset my stomach, and complain about how it makes me anxious. Another quote. Strategy is not about adding more and more stuff. Strategy is about taking stuff away, taking away everything until there's only one thing left, one single powerful thought. A concept I wrote down for a website. A website as an archive for music I've listened to with a 1 to 10 rating scale and a text input box for a maximum of 5 sentences. The website wouldn't offer any interactions or purpose other than to log every album I listened to. Over time, this public record would act as a time capsule to seeing what albums, artists, or music was either trending or had my interest in a clean and organized manner. The website design, CMS, and structure could also be offered as a template for others to do the same for themselves, creating an ecosystem of websites that all look identical but take different shape due to the music and entries the website hosts. It's not a social platform or an app. It's not trying to be something. It's not. It just is. On Kanye West and his recent outbursts. Actually, never mind. Moving on. A photo I took in February 2024. 2 benches outside of what seems like a school or park on concrete, black and white, tied together with a chain, both tables. Things I asked ChatGPT this week. What's another word to replace matutinal, tax strategies for selling stocks in the state of Texas, who is Chase Rowan, what does the letter letra mean, and how would you use it? What does the word letra mean? Healthy diet guide for a dog. What's your favorite curse word? Use it in your response 3 times. What do you think of this design? A thought about maintaining a routine. I started taking my health seriously several years ago. It's been both challenging and rewarding, but I've reached a point where I no longer feel the same towards the routineness of it. At first, the structure was the best part of doing something new. It felt like I was on a schedule. Now I sometimes resent that I began the habit at all, because I'm hyper aware of the things I should be doing. However, there's something great about knowing what you should do and ignoring it in favor of something else. It serves as a reminder that not everything can and will be able to be adhered to. There's joy found in letting a moment be enjoyed. And that's it. I find it interesting how he starts this as if he threw this all together quickly. And if that's true, he's got a lot going on in his mind, and I appreciate the level of attention that he pays to his mind. Supposing that's the goal of an artist, to understand how they feel and to express that. And that's inspiring. And I feel like I've got a lot in front of me, and I feel on the same page. If I can get to a point where, I have to write a newsletter, throw it out really quick, and I can come up with 10 different subject titles in a matter of a day and write convincingly on all of them, or at least interestingly and uniquely, then I'm doing something really right, personally. I'm not that good at understanding how I'm feeling, so I'm trying to develop in that.